in the town, they say they down for me. Weird people around, they say they down for me. The one stuck on the ground, they're talking down on me. Why they got the whole blame coming down on me? All my ones in the E, yeah, they been down for me. All my ones in the beach, yeah, they been down for me. Till the money go down, now they ain't down for me. Shit feel like the whole ceiling coming down on me. LA signed my deal, now they say we on.
Make sure we
can't wait to celebrate when I make it home.
Yeah.
We finally got the bread, let's make a toast. Fly nigga with the bag, no carry on. Carrying on and my pockets deep in soil. But money's the root and my fingers deep in soil. Yellow watch with the crown logo to feel royal. To get the approval from a crew who ain't even loyal.
Yes,
Man, they just need employment. Think I need a moment by myself cause I got one too many demons on me. Or one too many niggas in my Twitter feed trolling. Trying to get to me or get a beat from Siege. I see the coercion. Witchcraft in the league, I seen them performing. For all the homies show it late, that Jimmy and Conan. While I'm too busy buying Yeezy, Adidas and Jordans. Phony trying to get ahead, but he ain't McConan no. But say it ain't no money there. And all the cobras in your circle start becoming squares. Wonder when did my becoming start becoming theirs. And I swear I wish a nigga never had all the juice in the town. And say they down for me. Weird people around, they say they down for me. The one stuck on the ground, they talking down on me. Why they got the whole blame coming down on me? All my ones in the E, yeah, they been down for me. All my ones in the beach, yeah, they been down for me. Till the money go down, now they ain't down for me. Shit feel like the whole ceiling coming down on me.
What it do?
Let me man up and get down to it. They'll take an angle if you let them get around to it. Or try to emulate your sound, gotta soundproof it. Then clowns say that ain't a sound, oh they sound stupid. Or they sound muted. Cause phonies wanna have my life except the shit I went through. The paper make them go vagina, now they tryna dick you. I read it like a magazine, now we got an issue. And everybody that was suited ain't gon' probably fit you. No, I tell them shoot, yeah that probably fit you. On my collar, but I ain't got no tie with you. They ran me to the ground, now I'm way tired with it. You know I'm committed to the feeling, how real is that? Feel like a secretary, I only deliver facts. If you knew how many daggers I had to dig out my back. Niggas go deep in their feelings when they not feeling the stats. Yeah. Just wanna spend them bills, they don't wanna build with you know. Wanna get the game, they don't run the drills with you know. It got all revealed when I lost the deal. Made me realize a nigga never had any juice in the town. Say they down for me. New people around who say they down for me. One stuck on the ground, here talking down on me. Why they got the whole blame coming down on me? All my ones in the E, yeah, they been down for me. All my ones in the beach, yeah, they been down for me. When the money ain't up, who gon' be down for you? Who gon' be down for you?
Going on with you guys? What's going on with you guys? My name is Tyrell Nervin, and this is Soapbox Heroes. I'm getting shared up. I take that time while I play the musical selection of the day to get my share on. And when you tune in, please do the same. Share. Let some people know that I am here. Hello, is this thing on? You dig? I was playing Name Brand. Are you down for me? The song is called Down. Feel what I'm trying to say? Sometimes you got to ask them questions. Who's really down for me? Who's really down for me? Who's really down? It's been a couple days since I've been sitting in the chair. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope show to step to. One more time. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope show to step to. Step two, step two, step two. What's going on with you guys out there? Let me get shared up. Let me make sure that this is working the way that it's supposed to work properly in its entirety. What's going on this evening, you guys? What's going on with y'all out there? I said it's midnight here in Texas. It's 12:09 in this part of Texas. So wherever you at, whatever you're doing, sit back a little while, and I got some news for you. I got some news for you, my friend. And we're going to get into it today. You know what I do. I'm going to pull up the screen, show you what I'm looking at. Just get into it just a little bit. I know it's late, but like I said, I missed you. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope show to step to. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to be talking about Willow Smith. She likes everybody. She's a lover of multiple sexes. We're going to talk about Willow. We're going to talk about a man. He faked his kidnapping. Yeah, he faked getting kidnapping. He faked getting kidnapping. He faked getting kidnapped. We're going to talk about Jussie's rope. Jussie Smollett back in the news. We're going to chat it up about him a little bit, go over an article and maybe a quick video. We got some things to do. And if you get a chance, when you get a chance, come in the live chat and just say, hey, let me know that the sound is good. Let me know that you're awake. And if you're falling asleep, it's cool. Just leave your phone on and let me take you on home. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, man, today it was a nice day out today. It was hot, but it wasn't like melt your body hot out here in Houston, Texas. It was warm enough. I went out this afternoon to go pass out some literature for Adia Jones. She's running for district attorney here in Harris County. That was interesting. I'm going to have to talk to you guys about that too in a little while. But first, let me get to the story. Let me get to the story and show you what I'm looking at. Looking at. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to change my name to Reverend Shownuff. Reverend Shownuff. Real talk, I'm about to show you what I'm looking at again. We're going to be talking about Willow Smith, a man that faked his kidnapping. You're going to want to know why. We're going to talk about a man that stabbed somebody at the bodega. Just pulled out his knife and just got busy. But first, we're going to start with Willow Smith. I got Willow Smith pulled up on the screen, and it says, Willow Smith finds monogamy too constricting, loves men and women. All right. Willow loves men and women. Look at her face. I love it all. I love it all. All right. We're going to scroll down and get into the story a little while. And you guys, if you talk to me, I guarantee you I talk back. If you don't talk to me, I'm going to talk anyway. You get a chance, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, the notification bell so you can be notified when we go live. Let me get on into it. Scroll down. It says, getting candid. Willow Smith opened up about her thoughts on polyamorous relationships while addressing her own sexuality. Okay. Smith, 18. All right. Keep that in mind. She's 18. Smith, 18, spoke about the matter during the latest episode of Mom Jada Pinkett's Facebook watch series, Red Table Talk, on Monday, June 24th. Isn't that the show where Aisha Curry got into it? They've been making memes about her ever since she went on that show. Seemed like that show, people just go on and just spill their guts. Come tell me how you feel. You're going to get drugged the next day. All right. She was on her mom's show, bumping her gums. During the episode, she joined her mother and grandmother, Adrienne Banfield Norris, as they spoke with the trio who are currently engaged in a polyamorous relationship together, also referred to as a throuple. All right. I guess that means three people, a throuple. How are you guys doing? We're doing good. What is it that you call yourself? We're a throuple. Not a couple, a throuple. Just the three of us. That's what they changing it to, a throuple. The Girls Trip star 47 began by noting her own daughter has been so interested in polyamory. She had also shared that Willow has been reading and listening to podcasts about the subject. Monogamy, I feel, this is just personally, just for me, I feel actually inhibits you from learning those skills of evolving past those feelings of insecurity, Willow said. Just jealousy. You know what I mean? So Willow said it's by being monogamous, you're just being jealous. Basically, she said you're never going to evolve past being jealous. That's why you can only be with one person. She said, just jealousy. You know what I mean? Jada interrupted her child, seeking clarification on Willow's point by asking whether monogamy was too constricting for her, to which she replied, yeah, exactly. So monogamy is too restricting for Willow. No, not restricting, constricting. And keep in mind, Willow is 18. She got a lot of experience for 18. I remember when I was 18, I didn't know if I felt that comfortable just talking to my mom like that. I mean, communication is good. And so I do actually applaud the communication. But she just like, hey, monogamy is too constricted for me. It sounds like she's been through a lot. She's misguided. Gregory Hayes. Meme Talks. Thanks for coming in. She's misguided. Rich people don't like boundaries. Okay. Good point. Good point. Good point. The Whip My Hair singer then argued that polyamory is designed to allow people to create the kind of relationships that you want for your life. It sounds like she's already been in these type of relationships. She sounds like such the expert on it. At a ripe young age of 18. But I guess some people grow up faster than others. Let me get back to it. It says, at one point in the episode, she shared her interest in pursuing relationships with men and women, saying she loves both sexes equally. So on a 50-50 scale, which one do you like more? I like them both. Her cup is always half full and half empty. At the same time, I will definitely want one man and one woman. Okay, so she wants monogamy, but not monogamy. It's sort of like I only want one couple. She wants one man and one woman. Again, let me read that again. She says, I would definitely want one man, one woman, she explained. So, okay, so it's not quite monogamy. It's polyamory, I guess that's the proper term for it. So it's polyamory, but it's not monogamy, but she only wants one woman, but she wants to add one man. Well, okay, let me keep going. I feel like I could be polyfidelicious. Somebody tell me what that word is. I've never seen that before. Polyfidelicious? All right, we're going to have to look that up. With these two people, I'm not the kind of person that is consistently looking for new sexual experiences. Well, is it being with the man and the woman? Kind of, well, she said new, so, well, there you have it. It's not new for her. She said it's not, she's not looking for new sexual experiences. She's just happy with her man and her woman. Is that not new? Is that something that's been going on? I know it's been going on, but is it something that's just been so accepted? Am I getting old? Is this just the way of the future? Should we just get used to people being with a man, a woman? I saw a story not too long ago. It was a guy, he had a home full of mannequins, sex dolls, and he would take them out and he would bathe them. He would dress them up and put them together for pictures. like, are all these things like new, normal? Should I, let me go on with my story. I focus a lot on the emotional connection, and I feel like if I were to find two people of the different genders that I really connected with, and we had a romantic and sexual connection, I don't feel like I would feel the need to try to go find any more or to go find more. So she's saying if she felt a good physical, romantic, and sexual connection with her boyfriend and her girlfriend, she ain't gonna need no more. Well, what else are you gonna need? I think that pretty much completes a lot of people's plate right there, She wants the full gambit. She wants the man and the woman, but she don't need nothing else. That's all she needs. So for people who say, I only need one person, I only need one woman, or I only need one man, you are now inadequate. You got to step your game up. According to Willow, oh man, monogamy is too constricting. All right. I wonder, would that be the same thing if a guy said, I want two women, or if a woman said, I just want two men? Does it make a difference that she wants one of each sex? Does that play anything into the dynamics going on here? Judas, what you say? She's just being provocative? Prince, you said this would break my heart if I was Will. Well, I don't know. It seems like, well, I can't speak for Will, but seems like her mom is fully engaged. Sounds like mom is fully engaged. Remember, this is on mom's show. She's speaking to her mom and her grandmother. And it doesn't seem, honestly, like this is the first time they've had this conversation, just based on what I'm reading here. The level of comfort that she has just saying this to her mom and her grandmother on a podcast that's very popular. We've seen on a national stage. This will probably be news sometime in the next week. It don't seem like it's just something that they haven't discussed before. But I don't know. I do not know. Let me see. Willow also noted to her mother and her grandmother that she cannot see herself dating more than two people at once, saying, personally, male and female, that's all I need. I remember back in the day, you would be like, I don't need more than one person. I don't need more than one person. And that was the norm. She says this like, nah, that's mundane. She says, all I need is two people. All I need is a boyfriend and girlfriend. But other than that, I'm good. But other than that, I'm good. You guys let me know. What do you guys think? What's going on with Willow? Again, Judah says that she's just being provocative. And if you get a chance, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when we go live. I don't know what I would say if my daughter came up to me and said, hey, Dad, I got something to tell you, player. If my daughter just walked up to me and said, Daddy, your son, however she was to say it, Dad, I think I would be happy with just one boyfriend and one girlfriend. I don't need much more. If I just had a boyfriend and girlfriend, I wouldn't even need to go get anybody else. I don't know what I would say. I don't know if I would laugh. I don't know if I would cry. I would be so confused. It's a break from tradition. It's a break from what we know is the norm. I don't know. Do I need to be more nuanced in my thinking? Should I just be like, laissez-faire, do what you want, pick your sexual partners, your life partners, a la carte, deuce at a time? What did Devin say on that song? Do what the you wanna do. But nah, I wouldn't tell her to do that. You playing with too many emotions. You playing with fire. You playing with fire, not just fire and desire. You're literally playing with the whole bunch of emotions. You're not going to play with the emotions of one person, but two. And at the ripe young age of 18, I understand Willow has probably had more life experience in certain ways than a lot of kids her age. And 18, I would still call her a kid. Always remember, you're a kid to somebody until somebody's 110 years old. Ain't nobody a kid to somebody that's 110. No, nobody's going to look down at somebody at that age as a kid. But basically what I'm saying, even when you're 30, somebody that's 60, you're still a child to them. When you're 70, somebody that's 100, you're still a child to them. So what I'm saying, for me at my age, I still look at Willow Smith as a child, even though she is 18. I do understand when they say when you're 18, you're an adult, you could get up out of here. And I get it. She might have been, she might have had more life experiences than a lot of kids. But just in my estimation, just in my proclamation. Nah, but for real talk, if my daughter came to me talking about that she liked a boy and a girl, and she wanted to keep them both, I would say these are not pets. You are not a pet. You don't just bring home things and be like, can I keep it? No, you're playing with fire. You're playing with too many emotions. At that age, I'll say, you know what, honey, maybe you should get to know yourself. I understand this might be a part of getting to know yourself, but why don't you try one at a time? Let me go to the next story. That's enough of Willow. You guys, let me know what you think. If you can't get a chance, hit the like button. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. You dig? Yeah, Willow doing a lot. So Gregory Hayes, you say if you were Will, you would be hurt. I don't know nowadays. A lot of these, a lot of famous people, a lot of Hollywood couples, they into stuff like that. The Hollywood parents to be like, hey, whatever you want to do. You want to marry a goat? Go ahead. Find yourself. You dig? Had to take a drink out of my gentleman's cup. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go to the next story. Let you guys see what I'm seeing. I have been gone. It had been 4 or 5 days since I sat here in front of this camera and bumped my gums for you. Like I said, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope show to step to. Let me get to the next story, pull it up on the screen so you can see what I'm seeing. Chandler man arrested after gunshot reports. He claims it was a Call of Duty game. The gunshot went off. He said it was a video game. Let me get into the story. Let me see what he looked like. His name is Chad Smith. Look at Chad. Chad, like, it wasn't me. It was the game. Playing that good old Call of Duty. Let's see what happened. Was it really the game? Did he have his neighbors ducking and rolling up under tables? Were they like, drive by? Or did he really shoot the cuete? Let's see what's going on. Let's find out together. A man accused of firing a handgun in the Chandler apartment complex, and that's Chandler, Arizona, apartment complex, was arrested on Monday morning after frightening residents called police. But he later claimed it was just a gunshot sound from a video game, according to the Chandler police. So the neighbors called, they say, we hear a gunshot. Our partner right here, Chad Smith, say, it was a video game. The suspect, 31-year-old Chad Smith, was arrested on suspicion of unlawful discharge of a firearm, Chandler police said. Police responded to a shots fired report near Chandler Boulevard and Alma School Road at 8 a.m., police said. When they arrived, they spoke to a maintenance worker who was working on a vacant unit with a partner. The worker told the police he heard a single gunshot when he walked out of the unit to his vehicle. So the maintenance man was in there getting his maintenance on, walked out to his vehicle and said he heard a single gunshot. A pow. The painter, who also heard the gunshot, peeked out from the door and saw a white man wearing a gray shirt and shorts near another unit, police said. Frightened, she went back in the apartment and didn't come out until the police arrived. She stuck her head out and then she put her head back in. Call that the turtle. She just wanted to peep to see what she could see. And then she got back on. Vámonos. As the maintenance worker spoke to the officer, the painter walked out of the apartment and appeared to be distraught, telling the officer in Spanish that she was scared, according to the police report. The other residents heard the gunshot. One mother was making breakfast when she heard it. She panicked and went to check on her adult daughter, who also heard the gunshot, and her granddaughter, according to reports. All right. So it seemed like everybody in the apartment thought that it was gunshots. They thought they heard that pistola, the cuete, the blammer, whatever you call it. Let me get back to it. Officers established a perimeter around the apartment complex, shutting down Chandler Boulevard between Alma School Road and Evergreen Street while the investigation was ongoing. So they heard one shot and shut it down. They shut it down for one shot. All right. An immediate action team and a SWAT team were both called to help called in to help the residents, and they were evacuated for one shot. I mean, I do understand something could have happened to somebody. Let me not laugh at that. Let me take back the laugh. Well, is that a little bit much for one shot? Now you don't know. You never know what happens behind closed doors. I'm thinking out loud, and I'm going over this story for the first time. I seen the headline. So my headline is your headline, and we reading this at the same time. We all get notified to get the suspect to come out. Police issued commands over a loudspeaker in both English and Spanish, which the suspect did not respond to. So they called him in English and Espanol, and he did not come out. Officers who could see the unit's balcony witnessed the man, later identified as Smith, wearing a gray shirt and dark shorts, walk outside to the balcony, smoking a cigarette with a handgun in his hand. The suspect took a selfie of himself with the gun and walked back inside, police say. I knew this story was going to get good. He walked outside with the gun, lit a cigarette, and took a selfie with the gun. He literally walked outside. He said, somebody pass me a square. Somebody pass me a square. If you don't know what a square is, in my hometown, we call a square a cigarette a square. Somebody pass me a square. He walked out on the balcony with his handgun, smoked a cigarette, took a selfie, turned around, and walked right back into the house. My man. I wonder if he got out there and he said, World Star. That's the only thing missing. If I read down and it said that he yelled world star, that is going to make my night. It's going to make my night even better. You know, I have a good night. Even when I have a bad night, I celebrate losses. You feel me? So yeah, man, this dude walked out on the balcony, fired up a square, took a picture, and walked back in while he had the gun. And he didn't respond when the police was calling him on the loudspeaker. Let me get back to it. It says, while he was on the balcony, loudspeaker requests were made for the suspect to exit unarmed with his hands up, but he did not respond, police said. He said, I ain't walking out there. You heard? Man, hey, something's going on out there in Arizona. I did a story the other day about a lady in Arizona. She left her child in the car. It was 101 degrees. And in the story, they made it like she was the one that was done wrong. Arizona, talk to me. What's going on out there? Smith was placed into custody at 9:51 a.m. According to police report, Smith confirmed that he had a loaded firearm in the apartment, which he denied firing. Okay? So contrary to what all the neighbors are saying, Smith said he did not fire his gun. He denied firing. Smith told the police that the gunshot was from Call of Duty. The game he was playing with the surround sound turned very loud. So he said he was in there pumping the sounds. He had that Dolby Digital up. He had that Dolby Digital up. He said it was so loud that it wasn't a gun. It was Call of Duty. Contrary to what all these witnesses are saying. You're like, nah, that wasn't me. That wasn't my gun. According to the police, he stated he did not come out of the apartment because the television was so loud while he watched the show and he couldn't hear anything else. So the TV was so loud that first he was playing Call of Duty, and when everybody else in the apartment thought it was a gunshot, he said, hey, it wasn't me, it was a video game. He also didn't come out because he said he was watching something so loud that he couldn't hear the police. He couldn't hear the warnings. He couldn't hear them asking him to come outside. I want to know, what type of system is he bumping? Beating down the block with a booming system. I really need to know. All right. When he was on the balcony, he saw the police, but he assumed someone else was getting pulled over, according to the report. So he said, when I saw the police, I didn't think they was there for me. So one, that wasn't my gun. I know I got a gun, but what you thought was a gunshot wasn't a gunshot. Two, I couldn't hear you. I couldn't come outside. My Dolby Digital was pumping. And then when I did come outside, yes, I did have my gun, but I didn't see you guys. I mean, I saw you, but I thought you were there for somebody else. All right, I guess if you want to call that viable, call it viable. It sounds liable, but you could call it viable. Completely up to you. I'm not here to judge. Let me get back to it. Due to the multiple witness accounts, officers obtained a search warrant and police went into Smith's residence to obtain the firearm for evidence. So with all them witnesses, the police said, hey man, we coming in here, player. We gonna see what we gotta see. Give me that gun. So the police went there and took the gun anyway. So yeah, man, Chandler, Arizona, this dude was off of the chain in one way or another. Even if he telling the truth, He up there playing Call of Duty so loud, I would hate to be this guy's neighbor regardless. Let's just say he's telling the truth. You're playing this video game so loud that a gunshot go off and you got people ducking and rolling. You got the maintenance people so afraid they poke their head out there, poke back in because they heard a gun. So let's say he's telling the truth. He would be the worst neighbor ever. And let's say he lying. You randomly just shooting your gun. Yeah, you still fit on the worst neighbor ever list. Either way it go. So yeah, his gun went off, allegedly. Then he went to the porch. We went on his balcony, fired up a cigarette. He lit up a cigarette with the gun in his hand and took a selfie while the police were calling him to come down peacefully with his hands up. He said, hey, I always go out there and smoke my cigarette with my pistol. And I didn't hear you guys, and I didn't see you. Well, I saw you, but I thought you was there for somebody else. And when they asked him why he didn't come outside, he said, hey, I couldn't hear y'all. I wonder if his favorite song is It Wasn't Me. We saw you on the balcony. It wasn't me. We even thought we heard your gun go off. It wasn't me. Man, there's something going on in Arizona. It wasn't me. Oh, man, talking about sticking to your guns. That cat right there really stuck to his guns. Literally. This is not a figurative statement. He really, really stuck to his guns. Let me get my next clip ready. I see they got a commercial. Man, they be hitting you with commercial after commercial after commercial. So anytime you try to do these shows where you just show the clips coming from the news, you never know what you're going to get. And what I'm getting right now is a bunch of commercials. So let me get back to this guy over here. We're going to talk about the man that faked being kidnapped. He faked being kidnapped. You dig? So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen so you can see what I see.
Guys, listen up. We all know as things get older, they don't perform the way they used to. Your truck, well, that's no different. In fact, it might be time to just kick it to the curb. If your truck's not performing the way it used to, get a truck.
Right after this advertisement. All right. Let me get back to over here. Sorry for the delay. Okay. But I'm the host, operator, driver, moderator of this car. So just put on your seatbelt and just chill for a minute. Like I said earlier, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope show to step to. So we back. And better than never, let me share my screen so you can see what I see. Don't you criticize my singing. Don't you criticize my singing. We talking about a man that faked his kid. He said, I'm being kidnapped. See what's going on. Yeah.
Kidnapping. Police say the man reported that he was kidnapped and made the whole thing up. See, update to breaking news from earlier today. A crazy story in Fresno involving a pimp, a prostitute, a bank, and a fake kidnapping. Police say the man reported that he was kidnapped and made the whole...
Wait a minute. This story is involving a pimp, a prostitute, and a man that said he was
CBS
kidnapped.
47's kidnapping. Police pimp.
Let me run that back again.
Story in Fresno.
Let me run it back one more time.
From earlier today, a crazy story in Fresno involving a pimp, a prostitute, a bank, and a fake kidnapping. Police say the man reported that he was kidnapped and made the whole thing up. CBS 47's Kaylee Hunt explains it all.
Fresno police rushed to the scene of a suspected kidnapping, but it turned out they were wasting their time. The whole thing was a hoax, made up by a man allegedly caught up in a situation with a pimp and a prostitute. The man walked into Wells Fargo on Van Ness Avenue.
He was caught up in a situation with a pimp and a prostitute. You got to watch who you're dealing with, to say the least.
Told the teller he was being held at gunpoint and had been told to withdraw money.
An individual who was inside of the bank at the counter who reportedly was kidnapped and was being forced to withdraw money from Wells Fargo to provide to someone else.
Fresno Police Chief Jerry Dyer says the teller called the police. Fresno police made arrests, then talked to the suspect and the would-be victim. That's when the man's kidnapping story started falling apart.
At that time, it appeared that there had been, in fact, a kidnapping that occurred, and they were forcing him to provide money.
Officers pieced together details and determined the man had concocted the kidnapping story, most likely to get the men waiting for him outside the bank in this van arrested.
So we have every reason to believe that this individual was not being detained against his will. He was not kidnapped. He was not being robbed. This was simply an act of prostitution that he was involved in.
Police believe the pimps told the man they were owed more money after he had an encounter with the prostitute. And that's how he ended up in the van with the two men to begin with.
What we believe to be a kidnapping in progress turned out to be something other than that. No arrests were made. Fortunately, no one was injured.
Kaylee Hunt, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
All right. So he went to the bank with the pimp and the prostitute. What does that sound like to you? Let me shut this down, this Buick commercial. I don't want no Buick. Boy, they be hitting you with the advertisements. So yeah, so this cat right here, he was on some other stuff. He went to the bank and he was riding with a pimp and a prostitute. And he went in the bank and told him that he was being kidnapped. What does that sound like to you? What does it sound like to you? Because to me, it sounds like he went and he ordered too much for him to pay for. He sounds like he looked at the menu. He said, I want one of these. I want two of those, and I want one of these. And then that pimp was like, hey, it's time to pay, player. It's time to pay, player. And he said, but I ain't got it. I got it at the bank. And that pimp said, well, hop on in. He wasn't playing about his money. They end up at the bank. Old boy go in and say, I'm being kidnapped. He wanted to get the pimp and the prostitute in trouble. He didn't want to pay his tab. So he act like he got kidnapped. He got to pay how he weighed. You can't be doing that. Hey, them pimps don't be playing them type of games from what I hear. From what I hear. So this guy went to the bank, tried to withdraw money and told the teller he needed to get a certain amount of money because he was kidnapped. He was like, them out there, them, they kidnapped me. So to try to get out of a tab, he tried to act like he was kidnapped. I don't want to pay my tab, so I'm going to play kidnapped. And he had the pimp and the prostitute sitting right outside. I don't know. Did the pimp and the prostitute get in trouble? I think pimping and prostitution is illegal. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. You guys might have to buffer me on my rules. You know, let me know. Is pimping and pandering, is that legal? Because I don't read anywhere that the pimp got in trouble. The article seemed to state that the man did get a certain service. So the man did get services according to the article. You understand what I'm saying? So he didn't want to pay, and he went in like he got kidnapped. Hey, it is what it is. Sometimes the bill is too long. I bet you next time he's going to choose wisely. He's not going to order a number 1, a number 5, and a number 7 when he only has money for a numero uno. No cheese. That pimp said, hey, come on, we going to get that money. You say you got it at the bank? Come on, player. Come on, player. You did. We're going to go ahead and get into the next story. Your boy Jussie Smollett is back in the news, you guys. I don't know if he ever kind of faded away, but he's back. He's back. Jussie Smollett is back in the news. And now the Chicago Police Department is letting pictures go. You already knew that this was going to happen because the Chicago Police Department, they've been quite upset with Mr. Smollett. Upset with Mr. Smollett. So I'm going to get to it. I'm going to show you a few things. Let me cue it up real quick. Oh, yeah, and they got the picture of him with the rope on his neck. Oh, yeah, it's here. It's here. Let me cue it up. Let me try to make sure they don't got 100 commercials. You know how they do. So let me share my screen. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. So we could be looking at the same thing together. You dig? And if you come in, whenever you watch this, if it's now in 2019, if it's 2025, hit subscribe and hit the notify so you could be notified. Let somebody know what we're doing here. Soapbox Heroes. We also do debates. We got a lot of things we do and a lot of more things we about to do. So again, let me show you what I'm looking at. Hold on. I don't know if I share my sound, so let me stop it and restart it in the sake of being correct so you can hear clear, because I would hate to have to do this twice. So there we go. Let me get you my sound. Let me get my sound up. You see what I see? Let me go ahead and play this.
Charlie DeMar is watching them now and breaks it down for us live from the newsroom. What are you seeing, Charlie?
Erica, these videos just came in here. It is over 1,200 video clips. We are told it's about 70 hours of surveillance video, everything from when this all started, when Jussie Smollett reported that he was attacked in the Streeterville neighborhood, and also the Osundairo brothers.
70 hours of video clips.
Who were allegedly paid in all of this to help Jussie Smollett carry out this attack. You see video of them from the ride they took to Water Street, where Jussie Smollett reported this crime. You can see them in their Uber on their way there. You can also see what we are taking a first look at right now. Again, we are still going through all of this. It's over 1,200 clips. But right now we are taking a look at officers' body camera video as they go into Jussie Smollett's apartment. It is only a short clip because he did have officers turn off.
This is where it gets good. I suggest you watch
The video, but there you see as officers walk into the apartment, that is Smollett there in that white sweater with red on it, and you can see that he has a rope draped around his neck. He, of course, told.
So he had the rope draped around his neck when the police walked in. Let's see.
Police the night of the attack, that bitter cold night in Chicago on January 29th.
Look at the rope. You got it. Look at that rope. That's some twine. That's like yarn. Let me get back to it.
That two attackers yelled racial and homophobic slurs, dumped a chemical on him, which was later determined to be bleach, and they also placed that rope around his neck that we are now seeing for the first time, that Jussie Smollett left around his neck. He didn't remove that rope, and when he was asked in a televised interview why he left it around his neck, he said that he wanted police to see it.
Why you leave that rope on your neck? I just wanted you to see it. Why'd you leave that yarn on your neck? Did it come off your sweater? No, this is a rope.
Preserve it, perhaps, for evidence. And there you see he is balling it up there. But in police detective work, they were able to determine that at least one of the Osundairo brothers bought that rope. It's clothesline string, actually.
It's clothesline string. And that's no laughing matter because you can do some serious harm to somebody with some clothesline string. Okay, now he says one of the brothers went and bought that string and they put that together. Let's see if they talk about the brothers. I don't know what's in this clip. Let's watch it together. Let's see.
From a hardware store near their Northside home on Lawrence Avenue. So again, this is just where it begins. This is where all of that surveillance video begins. Again, over 1,200 video clips that our newsroom is pouring over right now. But this is where it begins, January 29th, with that.
See, you could tell that he's doing this report on the fly. They even showed the cameras. The camera showed him watching his computer. So they didn't edit it. They didn't put it in a format to where you see it on your screen, like where it popped. They showed the camera recording his computer. This guy's on the fly.
With that rope, rather, being draped over Jussie Smollett.
He wanted to be able to say, brought to you first.
Smollett's neck. Of course, late last week, the big twist in this case, as it continues, is that a special prosecutor was approved in this case, which means this case can be reopened.
A special prosecutor has been approved. Oh, Jussie, they're coming after your neck, boy.
An independent prosecutor could potentially take a look at this and, if appropriate, could bring more charges against Jussie Smollett and will also determine Kim Foxx's handling of this case. Take a closer look at Kim Foxx's handling of this case. Of course, she recused herself gave a number of reasons. So this special prosecutor will give a clearer look to people on how this case was handled and also if a crime was committed, as the Chicago police stand by and say. But of course, we are still going through all this, and we'll have much more coming up.
Oh, Jussie, somebody help him, please. It sounds like the Chicago PD has a vendetta. You embarrassed us. You embarrassed us. It sounds like they after this guy. They're going to get a special prosecutor. They're releasing tapes. They're going to be able to reopen the case. You double jeopardy. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't know if are they going to prosecuting federally? Was one state and one federal? I don't know what the federal charge would be, but what is up with that? What's up with double jeopardy? I need somebody to let me know. Let's look at this picture one more again. One more again. Jussie with the rope, with the clothesline rope. Let's examine. He said they poured bleach on him. He must have put his sweater on over the bleach. I don't see no bleach marks, but I don't know. He left the rope on, so I would assume that that's the same sweater he would have had on. Why did Jussie do this? Did Jussie make this up? What was Jussie trying to do? I need somebody to inform the uninformed. Let your boy know. Let your boy know. But we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. We're going to go on to the next show. The next clip. I'm really thinking about changing my name to Reverend Show Nuff. Reverend Show Nuff. And I said, we gonna go to the next clip. Say, Reverend Show Nuff. Just messing with y'all. Let me get on and go to the next story. Jussie and his rope. Jussie. What was you thinking about, Jussie? Get to the next story. I always say that some people just can't take rejection. When it comes to rejection, I think that's a fickle thing. I think a lot of actual bad things happen because people's disposition to rejection. A lot of people can't take rejection, and I'm going to prove it. And I'm going to prove it. And I say this all the time. I really think a lot of the mass shootings or the things that we see where people just react and it's just violent and it's aggressive, sometimes when you pay attention to the root of it, a lot of it is a lot of rejection. That's why I say I think everybody needs a win sometimes. You got to get a W. You got to get a win, because if you always lose, some people just can't take that. Some people act up, and I'm going to prove it to you today. So I'm going to bring up my screen, show you what I'm showing so you could know what I'm knowing. Let me show you what I'm seeing. Do you see what I see? Man, rejection, boy. A man allegedly shot a baby in the head in retaliation for getting rejected at a party. Once again, a man allegedly shot a baby in the head in retaliation for getting rejected at a party. So when I say that rejection is not something that everybody could take, I hope you listen to me. And if you reject people, you might want to watch the way you reject people nowadays, because you got some ticking time bombs out here that's just waiting to kaboom. Tick, tick, kaboom. Again, rejection is a strong thing. Everybody can't just take rejection. And I really think that it's a problem. I don't know how to address it, so I don't know where to send the letter, but we're going to talk about it. And we're going to go over this story. I'm going to read the headline one more again. A man allegedly shot a baby in the head in retaliation for getting rejected at a party. See this guy right here. Right here. Now, I don't know what a guy who can't take being rejected looks like, but I can say that him. He couldn't take being rejected. And allegedly, he shot a baby in the head. All right, let me get to the story. A 10-month-old girl in critical condition after allegedly getting shot in the head by a man who was upset at her mother for rejecting his advances at a party. She's in critical condition. According to the LA Times, 23-year-old Marcos Antonio Echarty was following 18-year-old Desiree Mena around a party in Fresno, California, ignoring her many attempts to avoid him. All right, so they say that he was following her around the party, and she was trying to avoid him, but he just wouldn't take heed. Police said Echarty tried to hold what's her name? It tried to hold Mena's hand inside the home, but she pulled away, leaving the house, telling people outside what happened. Later, while sitting on the porch at the house, Echarty tried to force Mena onto his lap, authorities say. She again pulled away, went inside the residence to get her daughter before leaving the party with a male friend. Okay. So she pulled away from him a few times, and she ended up leaving with another man. All right. So his feelings might have been hurt. He didn't know how to take it. Okay. That's a twist. She left with another man. And I also want to know why, when she went to tell people what happened, why didn't anybody excuse him from the party? He tried to grab her hand, tried to get him to sit on her lap, and she went outside and told people, and nobody gave him the stomp down. You know, nobody put the stomp down and got him out the party. Strange. Okay. Scroll down a little bit. Mena and her friend drove around the block before making a U-turn. And that's when they saw Echarty walking toward the car. He allegedly pulled out a handgun and fired into a rolled up driver's side window 3 times, striking the baby in the head. So they went and hit a U-turn. He walked outside, walked up to the window, and 3 shots. Pow, pow, pow. Striking the baby in the head. Miraculously, the baby is in critical condition. Is in critical but stable condition after undergoing surgery to remove the bullet fragments from her head. Okay. We're very fortunate that she's alive, Fresno Police Chief Jerry Dyer said in a press conference over the weekend. It tears my heart up to see a baby at that age laying in the hospital. Incharti was arrested on multiple felony charges, including 3 counts of attempted murder. He's also a suspect in another shooting that police said was over a female, allegedly firing repeatedly into a house owned by his ex-girlfriend's partner in May. In that case, the bullet penetrated the wall and came out within a foot of hitting a 1-year-old inside the home. This guy here can't take being rejected. He get mad at the ladies and he don't want to talk. He don't want to argue. He don't even want to call them a B. He want to pull out his gun and get to shooting. Get to shooting over being rejected. Over being rejected. Come on, sometimes you got to just take it. Everything is not always going to go your way. So again, that wasn't the first time he was arrested, and they had found out he was had another charge. He had shot at his ex-girlfriend's partner's house and almost hit a 1-year-old child in that incident. This guy allegedly needs some type of people skills. He needs some type of communication skills. He needs some type of confidence. Why do people do things like that? Is it a lack of confidence? Do you feel you can't get somebody else, so you get so frustrated at the person who don't give you your way that you want to go and shoot them? Or are you overconfident? Do you get too much of what you want to where when you don't get your way, you want to pull out the gun and shoot somebody? What's going on with people not being able to take rejection? Good old-fashioned N-O, no. Shot the baby in the head, bullet fragments. The baby is in stable, yet critical condition. All right? There's a lot going on out here. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. And I know it might sound a little insensitive, but since people are so unstable, maybe you have to watch the way that you curve these guys because they just can't take it. Some people just can't take it. And if somebody walks outside and says, hey, this guy is trying to make me sit on his lap. Hey, this guy is trying to force me to hold his hand. Well, hey, maybe the other people around should do something about it. Just a little bit of prevention. So what I'm going to do here and now, like Luther, here and now. Is that the song? Is it here and now? Starting now. No, it's here and now. Here and now. Tyrone Irvin, the world-renowned singer of these Soapbox Heroes. We're going to change it from channel to network. We got some other people that's been coming on and doing their thing. Meme Knowledge came on the other day and did the thing. Nice political commentary, different points of view, different points of thoughts. The live chat was, what do the young people say? What do they say? Liddy, as they would call it. And I would encourage you to just check it out, to check it out. Meme Knowledge was on point. I think it was Friday night. And they'll be back. I think it was Friday or Saturday night, and they'll be back to do it some more. So we're going to change it from Soapbox Heroes channel to Soapbox Heroes Network because we're trying to network. We're trying to scale upward. So let me scale this next story upward, and I'm going to let you see what I see. People stabbing people at the bodega. What in the bodega is going on around here? What in the bodega is going on around here? All right. Accused bodega stabber hit with murder charge. All right. Look how young he looked. He looked like a youngin'. Again, accused bodega stabber hit with the murder charge. Let's see what's going on. The man accused of the stabbing of a Manhattan deli worker to death was hit with the murder rap and sent to cool his heels in jail during an arraignment on Sunday. Okay, are they being smart? Are they being a little bit of sarcastic? Are they being sarcastic here? They said that he was sent to cool his heels. Where did cool your heels? How do your heels get hot? Who came up with that? They sent him to jail to cool his heels. I want to know where that came from. Are they being a little sarcastic? Prosecutors charge Jose Peñaga. I got all these names and I'm butchering them. Thin Slice. Panigua. Okay, charged Jose Panigua, 18, with murder in the second degree, gang assault in the second degree, and criminal possession of a weapon in the fourth degree for allegedly stabbing to death 28-year-old Muhammad Nasir Awada. After Awada asked him and a group of others to stop loitering in front of the family's Dykeman's Quick Shop on Wednesday. Okay, so he went out there and said, hey, you guys loitering in front of my stuff, man. I mean, you guys have all seen that before. You go to a store, you go to a restaurant, establishment, somewhere of business, you got people loitering in front, just kind of hanging around, and they making your business go bad. They making people not want to come. They bring the wrong element. So you go outside and say, hey, why you guys just hanging out? I need you guys to vamonos. I need you to leave. He looked angry and defiant as he was led into the Manhattan criminal court Sunday morning, wearing a blue sweatshirt and black pants, but said nothing. The video shows the defendant stabbing the complaining witness, causing his death. So it's on video. Wow, okay. And the defendant admitted to being at the location, prosecutor said in his arraignment. So they got video and they got him at the location. Wow, because he asked them to stop loitering? Is that rejection? Are you getting rejected by them by him asking you to no longer loiter, or is that not a case of rejection? But what is that a case of? What would cause somebody to react like that? What is going on? Why are people's tempers so short? You talking about popping off. Okay. Panigua turned himself in on Saturday, and a judge on Sunday ordered him held without bail. A woman in the court who appeared to be there supporting Panigua ran crying from the room when he was led out after the hearing. His next court appearance is on June 27th. So, okay, he had somebody in the court there with him, and they had to lead him out because, I mean, they ran out crying. Now, I understand things happen, and sometimes maybe it was unexpected, but I don't know if that person ran out crying because they thought he was innocent, or maybe, because they're just, I got a loved one that's about to be in jail, bad decision. But hey, you can't just be stabbing people because they ask you to stop loitering. What is really going on, you guys? Why are people's temperaments so fragile? Why are people just jumping off the deep end? And I would say nowadays, but I don't think this is a nowadays thing. I think it's a human behavior. But what causes that behavior? What makes you want to stab somebody to death for asking you to stop loitering in front of their business? What's going on with that, you guys? I'm gonna need somebody to let me know. What was that song? That was what was it? Aaliyah? Let me know. Let me know. Before that, it was the Isley Brothers. That was Ron hitting that note. Let me know. Let me know. Don't be jealous because I sound like Ron Isley in his heyday. You dig? Once again, my name is Tyrone Irvin. This is Soapbox Heroes. I'm glad to be back in this seat. Again, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope show to step to. So I'm making sure that I don't do that again. It was nice seeing you guys. If you guys get a chance, if you would ever be so kind to go ahead and hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell so you could be notified when we go live and we do it big. This is not the only thing we do. Don't think Soapbox is limited to me pontificating and bumping my gums. It's not. I'm doing this because we need more subscribers. And I do like doing this. I do like doing this. I spent all day in the radio station today learning the boards. What an experience. What an experience. What an experience. I want to give a shout out to Jordan, the man with the plan. He helped me out getting to know some things that I didn't know before. So you guys let me know, what do you guys think about Jussie Smollett and the rope? I don't mean the top rope like the WWE. I'm talking about the piece of yarn he had around his neck. He was like, help me, please. The police came. He had the yarn around his neck like way later. And now like, hey, you guys got to watch out what you say because these police aren't letting it go. I remember when he got off, he George Jefferson strolled up out that thing. Like, ta-da, how you like me now? Ta-da, how you like me now? He got his George Jefferson strolling on him on. Leaving up out that courtroom, but he done pissed off the wrong police. They're going after the guy. They're going after the guy. They're going after the guy. So you guys let me know, what do you guys think about Jussie Smollett? Leave some comments. Leave something besides some bad news. My name is Tyrone Irvin. This is Soapbox Heroes again. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notification bell. Let somebody know what we doing. I'm about to get out of here. I will see you very, very soon. I will not be gone a long time without leaving you a dope show to step to. Step to. I'm out.
I'm serious. Think I'm playing? Yeah. Just make sure you're ready when I get there. I need that much makeup. You already know. Yeah. Now tell me what you want. Yeah, what you want. Yeah, I just left my county job on my way home. I gotta cash this check. Buy food for less. Now you should go get dressed. Get off your phone. Cause I'ma pull up on J.R. Smith. And we'll go hit a Roscoe. Go get some grits. And then we'll pull up to the pie. Go to the pie. Night I got them 2-for-1s. Can't beat the price. Now you can toss it back. Feel like the bride. I wouldn't Now tell me what the fuck is up? You drive me back to my crib. I'm really buzzed off MLK and Anaheim. I'm on the east. Now don't you worry about my mom. She counting sheep. Now we can do it all night long under the moon, and you be howling like a dog. Scooby Doo. Then ask if you can stay the night. It's up to you. You gotta be to work by 9. Yeah, I do too. Then wake up feeling fresh. Yes, you will. Start laughing 'cause we can't remember what we did. And if we never talk, you talk again. Yeah, last night Eddie got on us. You won't forget. Yeah. Good to try. Good to try. Let's take a ride.
All right, you guys, once again, my name is Tyrone Nervin. This was Soapbox Heroes. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for pretending you watching. Thank you for doing whatever you did. Just make sure that you hit the subscribe. We out of here. I'm out of here. I keep saying we, and I look around and it's just me. I'm out of here. You guys have a wonderful night. If you up, if you an insomniac, go read a book. If you at work, rewind this and listen to the whole thing. But do what you do and make sure you do it well. This was Soapbox Heroes. My name is Tyrone. I'm going to get at you guys real soon, real soon.